Oh my Kendra. Oh my God. Oh, my heart is racing.
Hi.
My name is
What's your
Phyllis.
name, baby?
It is, yes.
Is
And
it
you
Dr.
tried to add me
Phyllis?
on Facebook just now, and for some reason it wouldn't take. I said, well, let me jump on Instagram and look at that.
So let me, yes, I remember. So what kind of
I
doctor are
have a
you, Dr. Phyllis?
PhD, an honorary causa PhD in business administration and entrepreneurship. But my background is in engineering. So, yes.
Okay, wonderful. Dr. You are Dr.
I
Phyllis,
am
and where are
calling
you
you from the
calling
big
us from?
city of Orangeburg, South Carolina. Yes,
South
I
Carolina.
do. I
You
have
got many
4
kids?
grown children.
Yep. Okay,
I
4 grown kids.
know.
I was checking the lighting,
I know.
but no, the lighting's perfect. All right,
Okay.
no, your lighting's perfect. Four
My
grown kids.
kids
How old are
are
your kids?
42, 33, 25 as of yesterday, and 22.
Oh, we haven't had a
That
lag in a
lag?
long time, but we're having a lag, they're telling me. I'm so disappointed. So I'm going to recap you and just wait 7 seconds before you respond. So we have Dr. Phyllis, South Carolina, mom to 4 grown children, all by the same man. Wait 7 seconds.
Okay. So, no, Kendra. I had a daughter in high school. I have a son from my first marriage and 2 from my second marriage. So, yes.
How many men do you have
3.
kids by?
Mhm.
3. Okay. And you
Twice.
said you've been
Twice
married how many
divorced.
times? And how old are you, Dr. Phyllis? Wait 7 seconds.
Okay. I am 57 years young.
57. Okay, you look good. And what's your zodiac sign?
So, some say I'm Aries, some say I'm Taurus, April 20th, whatever that means to me.
Okay. Okay. So, and this is Dr. Phyllis, 57, in South Carolina, mom to 4 grown children, married twice, kids by 3 men, is the Aries or a Taurus. And what do you do now for a living? Wait 7 seconds.
Hopefully that was 7. Okay. I am Kendra. I am an engineer by trade. So that's what I went to school for. I'm an engineer, but I'm also a realtor and I have my residential builder's license. So I do a number of things. and at my heart, I guess I'm an entrepreneur. So I've had many businesses and still have several businesses. So, mhm.
Okay. Entrepreneur. All right, now let's do it. When did you get divorced last?
2014. It's been oh, I'm sorry.
Okay. No, you did it. It's fine. All right. So what kind of man you looking
Kendra.
for? Wait 7 seconds.
Okay. Kendra, like most women, I just want a guy who has a zest for life. Like really, I like ambitious men, right? That really kind of go hard for what they want. I like a type A, I guess you would say, kind of man. I can't stand no mushy, passive guy. Like you got to be like, stand up with me. Like tell me what you need, tell me what you want, like give it to me straight. Um, Alpha
They
male,
call that
right?
an alpha male,
Yeah,
I
alpha
believe.
male. And I want someone who's honest, um, who's tired of playing games. As I said, I'm 57, twice divorced. I don't have time for games. Let me tell you something. Well, I'll tell you that on when you ask me the next question. But I just want someone.
Go ahead,
Okay,
tell me
I was
now.
just gonna say I don't like. I get a lot of guys who like hit me up in the DMs and stuff like that, and they're like, "Hello, beautiful. Hey, how you doing? How's your day?" And they just kind of like dribble on me. Today they'll text, tomorrow they'll text, and they like we're not really going nowhere. I'm the kind of chick that like whatever your intentions are, you gotta really like say that thing straight out. Like don't play around with me. And hey, beautiful today, and hey, beautiful on Wednesday. Man, I don't like that. State your intentions. As a matter of fact, I have a 48-hour rule. So when I meet a gentleman, and let's say we have a connection, whether we have a conversation or just a quick exchange of numbers, you have 48 hours to reach out to me. If you don't reach out to me in 48 hours, I will assume you're not interested enough in me, right? I really don't float your boat, because if you are really interested in me, as soon as you meet me, you're going to be like, let me call her or text her or something like that. Case in point, today I met a gentleman out of the blue, walking out of an event, and he was driving some children in a van or whatever. And I stopped and I spoke to him real quick, handed him my card. About 2 hours later, he was reaching out to me. See, that's the kind of stuff I like. I don't like passive men. Like, state your intention, state it up front. Let's go get it. Because, time is of the essence. At 57 years old, you don't want to play around and play no games. You want people to put it all out there. Let's do what we're doing. If we in it, let's be in it. If we're not going to be in it, we're going to be out of it, right? No middle ground, no here and there. Nuh-uh. I need to know exactly what your intentions are within 48 hours. That's my rule.
You got
48.
48 hours, child.
The
He
first
had his work for
48.
your ass. The first 48. Oh my God. Okay, listen, I'm actually not mad at that, to be honest. I believe that is that is true.
Right.
Listen, men are so simple. And if they really are interested, they are going
They
to
know if they're
pursue. They really
interested
would.
immediately.
So,
They immediately know when they meet a woman if they're interested.
yeah, well, men, listen, I think that most men are hunters, right? So when they want something, they go for it. Women have been doing the hunting lately, so things are a little square, but I do agree with that. I think that's actually a true analogy. So what are your deal breakers besides waiting 36 hours to reach out to you?
I don't like liars. Like, man.
Oh, no, not 36. It wouldn't be
Maybe
36 because
52
that's
hours.
that's
52
under
hours, you're
48.
late.
72 hours.
Your lights have been cut
Yeah.
off.
So what's the deal breaker?
So I don't like liars. You know why? Because I feel like I'm the kind of person that can deal with just about anything. So I'd rather you tell me the ugly truth than to tell me a pretty lie. And let me decide what I want to do with that information. Even if it's you're cheating or whatever it is. Be upfront with me, because I'm going to be upfront with you. And whatever it is, we can deal with it. It's the liars I can't stand. Okay? I don't like that. I don't like men who don't groom themselves regularly. Like, take a little pride in your appearance or whatever. Like, zhuzh it up. Wear some nice cologne. Like that. That's not my deal breaker, but that's like my thing. Like, you could be almost like butt ugly, but if you got on the right cologne, I'm a sucker for some cologne. Like, just if you smell good, oh my God. Oh my, at least you got me for about an hour or so. If you smell good, right? So, but I just don't like liars and people who playing games. At my age, like, game time should be over. All these players that then played and did what they had to do, like, you should really already have gotten that out of your system and really be ready for something authentic. And I always say, for men, don't mess with a woman or disturb a woman if you're not really ready to deal with her. Just leave her alone, because I'm happy in my singleness. Don't bother me if you're not really about something. Just leave me alone, go on about your business, and let me go about mine, right? I don't have time for games. I don't.
She ain't playing with y'all. Dr. Phyllis ain't playing with y'all at all, child. So let's get to looks. Does
Well,
he have to look a certain way?
He has to be handsome to me, and I realize that means different things to different people. But in general, I like a dark skinned guy. Like, I just love me a chocolate guy. Ooh, I love him. My complexion. I just love a dark skinned, muscular guy. The bigger, the better. Because you're gonna see in a minute. But I got a fair amount of assets, I need for you to be able to handle them. So you can't be no little skinny, puny guy. I can't do that, right? I want him to be in good health. I think at our age, 57, a lot of men, um, are having health issues. Okay. And I think as they get in their 50s, 60s, they're not taking care of themselves like they need to. I need a guy that has a lot of energy because I have a lot of energy. I like to travel and do a lot of things. Man, you got to have a passport because we're going to hit the streets. We're going like these international streets, like we're going to Spain and, you know, Dubai and Jamaica and Hawaii and, you know, South Africa. We're going places. So I need a guy that can keep up because I travel.
Well, let's get to. I want to ask. I'm gonna come back. Let me write this down. Passport. But let me ask this question. So Dubai, those is
First
not no cheap
class,
plane tickets. So does he
first
have to make a
class,
certain amount of money?
first class.
That's about that could be between 10 to
Get your money
15,000.
up. I don't know what to tell you.
So let's get to it. Do we gotta make a certain
Ooh,
amount of money?
Kendra. Ooh, I don't want to say it. I don't really, I really don't want to kind of box myself in because I realize most men won't be able to make the amount of money I would really like for him to make. But ideally, he should be making high six figures.
So high six figures like
And
500,
up.
600, five. How much now? Be in your business. How much
I'm
do you
making, you
make,
know,
Dr. Phyllis?
well, the IRS might be listening. Phyllis don't make a lot of money. Her businesses might make money though.
Okay, got you. Okay. Well, the reason, well, okay, so I'm happy. Let's go back to the passport. Would you, okay, could, if he could go to Dubai and not first class, could you do that?
Not first class, business class. Like, you know, we can get some good business, depending on the airline. You know, some of these airlines, their business class is really nice. We might could do business class. We might could do business class.
The
Yeah, I
lowest
can't
is
do
business
coach.
class then.
Like, let me tell. I think Steve Harvey said
Okay.
it some time ago. Once you start flying first class, you almost just cannot go get in the back of that plane. It's like you just can't do it. It's like it's a whole different mindset. You just are not going to be happy sitting in coach, and you really only know that once you start flying first class. It's like they treat you real different up here. You know, I just can't go back to coach. I mean, I'll do the five in a pinch if I had to do it, or if I just had to get on that plane. But ideally, if we're planning it, Kendra, I think we can plan for the best possible, you know, experience that we can afford.
Okay. And now, when you're going to Dubai, is he paying for everything, or are you okay with you're paying for you and he's paying for himself, or should he have the expectation he
I'm
pays
really
for
old
both?
fashioned. I like for a guy to take care of me, and I'm gonna tell you why. And I went kind of on a whole rant about this earlier. I just feel like as Black women, we're the last people to be taken care of. We got to come and be willing to do 50-50 and make all of these compromises. Women in other cultures, they get taken care of. They don't even get asked to go 50-50, right? If their man wants them, they pay and they fly them out and they do all these things. But Black women, we're expected to compromise. And I just feel like that's why I said I would rather have a gentleman who makes high six figures and stuff, because I don't even want it to have to be a conversation. I want him to be able to afford. So I don't feel like I have to compromise as a woman. I just want to be a soft, pretty, delicate flower. I want to go on a trip and I want to look pretty and do nice things and whatever, and bring him joy and whatever we do, on that trip. I don't want to have to worry about the money. Okay.
Let's have this conversation. I love this. I'm a Black woman, right? And now that I've been in this dating space, what I have done is for the last 3 years, I've been taking this space serious, right? And as a journalist, what I do is I research, I ask questions. So let's talk about the analogy you gave of women of other cultures, right? The thing that I have learned, and I'm actually a Black woman, we are also not like the women in other cultures. So that's the one part that when you guys when we give this
Mm-hmm.
analogy, you're leaving that part out. So you're saying And the women, the other
I
cultures, you
agree.
want this soft life. You want to be fluid out. You don't want, but look at you. You have the attitude of me, like your facial expression of what I'm about to say is the attitude all over your face. But what we do not talk about is those women a lot of times are more docile. They're what we would say we're never going to be, right? Because we
Ooh,
strong, we outspoken, we gonna speak our mind. And listen, I'm not saying to change anything of that about yourself because like I said, I'm a black woman. But you also have to understand if you want what that girl has, then you have to understand who that girl is. And that's not you by nature. You're uncomfortable. Your body expression of me just expressing is not even like that don't even sit well in just the body expression. A lot of times those women, they don't really have too many complaints. They're just being cute, being pretty, going along with the ride because they want whatever comes along with it, right? That's not how black
what?
women act. So it's like if you're going to give the analogy of what she has, you got to also bring up how
Right.
she acts too.
But
You
this is
can't
what
leave
I
that
say,
part out.
Kendra. Black women don't have the luxury to be operating their femininity all the time. Most of us, a lot of us are single mothers. We have to be the strong black woman. And I really hate that term personally because I feel like it puts a big weight on our backs that we don't necessarily want to have, right? We have to be strong. I don't want to be strong all the time. Sometimes I just want to fall in your arms and, let you help carry some of this load with me, right? I don't want to be a strong black woman. Okay. I really, really hate that term. And and of course the attitude and the dispositions we have is because we have so many responsibilities we have to shoulder by ourselves, as many of us are single. I just don't want that for myself. I want to find a man that sees the feminine soft side of me and feeds that and nurtures that so I can put down the strong black woman mantle and pick up the soft docile part of myself. I want to love that way. I don't want to be so strong all the time, Kendra.
So here's the deal. I agree. I agree. I'm a self-made woman. I made a lot of sacrifices in my career. So I guess I totally get that. I want to go back to single moms though, but a black woman doesn't have to be a single mother all the time. I mean, you can require things before having a child. So do we still blame the men for a black woman being a single mother, or do we blame responsibility of us choosing a certain person to
I,
procreate with to have a family? Because what happens, what I've learned, I think men are very vocal, right? Men are very vocal about appearance and what's important to them, and women are not as vocal. But we're hosting the show. Women do like the attractive guy. Well, the attractive guy sometimes might not want to marry you. He might not want to settle down. He might have good penis, so you have good sex and you have a baby. And then now you wanted him to become something he never was. He was never going to marry you. He was never going to sit down and be this family guy. But the guy who is willing to have a family might not have the money, might not have the height, might not have the swag, might be kind of boring because usually the guy that most women want is exciting and he's sensational and he's moving around this world, but he's
right.
not really trying to be a husband. So I think, and I say this with love because I want to change this. Black women have to start choosing
Absolutely.
better. Start choosing based off of character instead of
Right.
physical attributes. And maybe by the grace of God, you'll get both. But character should overweigh physical attributes. There's plenty of black women I know that are living soft
Right.
lives because they chose right.
And I agree with you, Kendra. I agree with you wholeheartedly. And I feel that it's a shared responsibility. We as women, black or otherwise, we got to be more careful and discerning about who we sleep with because we know the burden that comes with that if we are in a situation where we get pregnant. But then once we are pregnant and have a baby, now it's two people involved. And I think many times it's just so easy for a man to just throw his hands up and walk away for whatever his reasons are. And I hear men say, she didn't want me around. She made it hard. I stopped coming around because your mother was difficult. But I have 4 children. There's nothing or no one that can make me walk away from my children. Nothing.
And you was married to both of
Well,
your
not the one
children's
I had in
daddies,
high
right?
school, obviously, but yeah, my first husband in my 20s and my
Okay.
second husband in my 30s. So
Okay. And I just have a curious when, because I was gonna say you're right. Like they say daddies maybe, mamas. I forget to say it, but men
that's
can
right.
leave, women are gonna stay. They have to say that's normally how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, there's exceptions to every rule, right? But I feel like when your ex-husband left, however it left, did he have to give you child support? Did you get spousal support? Because I
Yeah,
feel like if you're married and he wants to leave, it's gonna
he
cost
did.
him. Like, not saying he can't leave, but now, okay, you go out the door, but it's gonna cost you something to walk out on me and this family, and rightfully so, it should cost them because I don't believe women with children should ever struggle. I believe in putting that man on child support if he's not helping you, but I also believe in this too.
Right.
You have to own up to your responsibility of who you chose. And if this man showed you he wasn't a good boyfriend, you can't
Absolutely.
expect him to be a good husband. You can expect him to be a good father. If he already has children that he's not fathering
You
and you
already
decide to
know.
have a baby by him, he's being who you decided to be with. Not, I'm not saying get a free pass. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying is, as Black women, we could truly rule this world, but for some reason we
Yeah.
become powerless in relationships. And I
Yeah.
don't believe that's truthful. I believe that we don't want to own up to our responsibility because we want stuff. You know, like I said, we want the
Mm-hmm.
tall, 6-figure, all this and that. And I also want to add this to it. It's a little unfair, and I get this because we are not the highest population, but we do have most of our Black men, not the most of our Black men. Let me correct this. Statistics shows there's more Black men in prison than any other race. Okay? So we do have that dynamic. We know that most corporate jobs are ran by white men. Now, if a white man is in charge of passing out jobs, is he really going to give it to a Black man so that could be a threat to him? No, it might go to a Black woman, right? Because, you know, or a white woman before he'll give a Black man an opportunity. So I just think that the challenge in our community is there's definitely Black men that are doing well financially, but there's a lot of Black women are doing well financially and they want their equal or higher. Is there enough to match everybody up with?
It's not. It's
And then what
not.
do you do if there's not enough? What do you do if it's just a math equation? What do you do in the math equation of
I know.
there's just not enough Black men that, okay, because again, the requirement is you want him to make more money. You want him to also be monogamous. You want him to be faithful. You want him to be, some want him to be tall, whatever the case may be. So is there enough? Let's just have a
Right.
math equation, not what I deserve equation, a math equation. Is there enough of that man to go around to every Black
Absolutely
woman that's
not.
requesting it?
It's not.
There's
It is
not. So
not.
then what do you
How,
do?
and even though I know it's not, Kendra, I still want what I want. And I want a Black man. I feel that Black men
Fair
are the
enough.
blueprint. This is something I say all the time. They are the blueprint. And I want when I look in the face of my love, I want to see somebody that looks like me and understands the experiences I've had throughout my life. I want a Black man. Now, will I date other races? My girlfriend in Australia is trying to get me to open up to that. It may come to that, but I'm just naturally drawn to and attracted by Black men. So that would be my preference. And I know when you start to put a number on that, that dwindles it down even more. So I really didn't want to put a number on it, but let me just back up and say, I feel like if between the two of us, if we have enough money to do all the things that we desire to do in our relationship, that would make me very, very happy. If we have enough money, whatever that number is.
Well, I want you to realize too, I think that sometimes you are a one percenter, right? This is not average to meet men that make
It's
500K.
not.
That's just not average, right? So you have to understand that what you're asking for is a 1%, I think it might be 1%, maybe 10% of the population. And it's not your fault. I mean, congratulations, bravo to you that you do so well successfully, that you are in that pool of success. But I just think that we also have to understand
That's
that
right.
it's also not an average life, right?
I
So let's
know.
just keep going.
I'm
They're
never
saying,
going
let's
to
get to
find
the
a man
Kendrick Cam,
talking
Tom.
about this.
Let's do the Kendrick Cam. Let's get to the Kendrick Cam. like this combo though, and I
Y'all
think it's
forget all that other
necessary at
stuff.
times.
I'm trying to
I think it's
find
necessary.
this man. Oh,
Yes.
okay.
So
I'll
let's do
put
the
my
Kendra
camera
Cam.
on a tripod. Let me see if I can kind of do it. Let me see. I don't know. Kendra. I don't know. Can you see?
Let's see.
I
Woo,
do.
you
I
got
do. I
that
do.
booty.
Don't judge me, y'all. I'm in the gym working with my trainer to get this cover weight off.
So, let me find my list. Okay, Dr. Phyllis. So you
Yes.
guys divorced in 2014? Okay, bring the camera down a little bit. When was your last relationship?
2020.
Okay, so 3 years ago. Did he hit everything as
Oh
in
no.
your lifestyle requirements?
Oh no. No.
No. Okay, so you would
Well,
date somebody that doesn't fit your lifestyle
as
requirements, or
as
no?
you date people who are not what you want, it helps you redefine what you really, really want, what you will accept and not accept. And I would say that experience with that person helped me to redefine the things that I'm just not willing to accept. And of course, as I age, when you get older, you're just less tolerant of things that just don't feed your soul or satisfy you, you know? And
Right. Let me ask you this, because I feel like you probably have a lot of men that financially make what you make or live that lifestyle in your
no,
real world. Is this true?
I live in a small town in South Carolina.
No, why
I
not?
feel like uh, a whale in a swimming pool almost. It's not really where I live, and I know I'm going to get some feedback from some people who might live around here. But I haven't met many people in my area who would fit the qualities I just described to you. So I'm really not even looking for anybody who lives around here. I'm a traveler. I'm willing to travel. If he's willing to travel, I'm willing to start a relationship long distance. And if it becomes something, then we could talk about what to do then. But I'm not scared to date somebody in California or whatever. I would think I wouldn't probably date overseas unless he comes over here regularly or something, you know?
Okay. Okay. The reason I asked that, because I was going to say, start talking to those men. Because I think that a lot of times women say what they want and they want this particular guy, but they don't ever really have real talk conversations with that guy
Mm-hmm.
to see what that guy really likes. And then you could decide one or two things. You can either date the
Mm-hmm.
men that want to date you,
Right.
and that's really what it always should be, right? You should always just date
Absolutely,
the man
Kim.
that wants to date you. But if you
Absolutely.
are
I agree with
finding,
that.
huh?
I absolutely agree with that.
Right. But a lot of the challenges is the man that wants to date you, sometimes you don't want
That's
to date
my
him back.
problem.
Now that's your prerogative. But if you don't want to date that man back and you want another type of guy, then this is my business advice I would give. Learn that guy, and then you have to decide, am I willing to become what that guy wants? Because this is the type of guy that I desire. Because remember what you said earlier, you gave the other cultures experience and what you want. That's what they do. They learn what that man likes and they become what that man likes. And that's the part of the story Black women are leaving out. You can't look at Tammy and her soft life and say, I need to be treated this way if
Right.
you're not willing to act like
I
Tammy and
agree.
do what Tammy did.
I,
And that's just real talk. You can be mad all day, but if you really want Tammy's life, marriage, or whatever, and you also don't really know what Tammy's going through behind closed doors, but nevertheless, you have to really ask yourself, am I
right.
willing to become this
Mhm.
woman that he
Well, and
likes back?
that's such a tricky question, Kendra, because I feel ultimately at the end of the day, I got to be me. I got to be myself. But in that, there are levels to me and there are different parts of me. And I'm really trying to bring the soft feminine side of me out at this age of 57. I don't want to have to be a boss in my business and a boss at home, right? I want someone to step into that role and be the head, of our relationship. And I'll just be the body, right? Let
All right. All right, we got to go, but let me just end it out with the last question.
my
Did we do
three
your three
flaws
flaws?
are I'm impatient. I feel that hence the 48-hour rule. I'm impatient. I feel that I think I think I give people too much too soon, right? And I'm a giving person. I give people too much too soon, and I think that it's put me in situations I really could have avoided by doing that. I feel that
Okay.
one of the flaws I'm working on right now. I'm in the gym trying to get my pre-COVID body back.
And why would a
Well,
guy
I'm
be
a lot of
lucky to be with
fun.
you?
I love to travel. I am a lover from my heart and soul. I will love on you, and I will encourage your dreams and your visions. And I just love love, and in particular, I love Black love. So,
Okay. Did I ask you the last time you was
oh,
into it
that's
with
so
someone? You
long
don't have
ago.
to answer.
So long ago. But I'll just leave it at that.
Okay. Well, let's do it. But
So
how
I'm
could the
on
guy reach out to
Instagram
you?
as Black LADYENGR, which stands for Black Lady Engineer. I'm on Facebook as Dr. Phyllis, being one word, DRPHYLLIS, and last name Pelzer, PELZER.
And there you have it. All right, boo. Well,
Thank you,
you keep me posted
Kendra.
how it
Love
goes,
you. I
honey.
am so proud of you.
Love you back,
I
boo. Thank
thank
you.
you too.
I
I'm so
appreciate this
proud of what you've
dialogue.
done. Keep doing it. Bye bye.
Thank you so much.
Bye now.
Thank you so much. Bye, baby girl.